The cul-de-sac was silent, except for the scream of divorce papers hitting my neighbor's doorstep like a guillotine. Tom was the poster boy for perfection: crisp suits, morning jogs, and a smile that could sell toothpaste to a hermit. Now, he stood frozen, staring at the envelope, his world unraveling faster than a cheap sweater. Tom and Lisa had been the neighborhood's golden couple. Their house, a pristine colonial with roses that bloomed like they were auditioning for a magazine, was the envy of Maple Street. Every Sunday, they hosted barbecues where Tom grilled steaks to perfection and Lisa poured wine with a laugh that felt like summer. My wife, Emily, and I were their closest friends, or so I thought. We'd sit on their patio, swapping stories, our kids playing tag until the stars came out. Tom was the guy you'd call to fix a leak or lend a lawnmower, always with a wink and a no trouble at all. But perfection, I learned, is just a mask for chaos waiting to strike. The divorce papers arrived on a Tuesday. I saw it from my kitchen window. Tom standing on his porch, the envelope trembling in his hands. His face was a map of disbelief, eyes wide, mouth half open, like he'd been punched. Lisa was gone, no note, no warning, just a lawyer's letter citing irreconcilable differences. The neighborhood buzzed, Lisa leaving Tom, Mrs. Jenkins, the street's unofficial gossip, whispered to anyone who'd listen. He was perfect. What could she want, I wondered too. But something in my gut twisted. Emily had been acting strange lately, late nights at book club, secretive smiles at her phone, and a new perfume that smelled like trouble. That night, I found Emily in our backyard, her phone glowing as she typed furiously. "Who's that?" I asked, trying to sound casual. She jumped, slamming the phone face down. "Just a friend," she said, her voice too high, her eyes darting like a deer caught in headlights. I didn't push, but the air between us felt heavy, like a storm about to break. The next day, I saw her at Tom's house, checking on him. She stayed for 2 hours. When she came back, her cheeks were flushed, and she hummed a tune I didn't recognize. My stomach churned. Was my wife playing with fire? Tom, meanwhile, was a ghost of himself. The man who once jogged at dawn now shuffled to his mailbox in sweatpants, his face unshaven, eyes hollow. I stopped by with a six-pack, hoping to cheer him up. "What happened, man?" I asked, cracking open a beer. He stared at the bottle, then at me, his voice low. "She said I was too perfect, said it suffocated her." He laughed, a bitter sound that cut like glass. "I gave her everything: house, vacations, love." What's left, I didn't know what to say. I wanted to ask about Emily, about the way she lingered near him now, but the words stuck in my throat. Days turned into weeks, and the neighborhood watched Tom's slow descent. His lawn grew wild, the roses wilted, and his perfect house started peeling at the edges. Emily, though, was blooming. She'd started wearing brighter colors, laughing louder, and spending more time helping Tom. One evening, I caught them in his kitchen, her hand on his arm, their heads too close. "Just talking," she said when I confronted her later, but her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I wasn't stupid. I saw the game she was playing. But what was Tom's role? Was he the broken man seeking comfort, or was he playing too? I dug deeper. Lisa's social media was a dead end. Her last post was a photo of her and Tom, smiling at a beach, captioned "Forever." But Mrs. Jenkins had a theory. Lisa was bored, she said, leaning over her fence. Tom was too good, too predictable. Some women crave chaos. I didn't want to believe it, but Emily's behavior screamed the same. Was she bored with me? Our life wasn't perfect like Tom's, but it was steady: 2 kids, a mortgage, date nights when we could afford a sitter. Was that enough? One night, I couldn't take it. I followed Emily to Tom's. Through the window, I saw them on his couch, wine glasses in hand, her laughter filling the room. My heart pounded, anger mixing with fear. I knocked. Hard. Tom opened the door, his face pale. "Hey, man," he started, but I pushed past him. Emily stood, her glass shaking. "What's going on?" I demanded. Silence. Then Tom spoke, his voice steady but tired. "Nothing's going on. She's just been here for me. Unlike Lisa." Emily nodded, but her eyes flickered with guilt. I didn't buy it. I dragged Emily home, and we fought loud, ugly, the kind of fight that wakes the kids. "You're imagining things," she yelled, but her voice cracked. "Tom's hurting, and you're making it about you." I wanted to believe her, but the pieces didn't fit. The next day, I found a text on her phone from Tom. "Thanks for last night. You're a lifesaver." My blood boiled. I confronted Tom alone. "Stay away from my wife," I said, standing in his driveway. He looked at me, not angry, just sad. "I'm not who you think I am," he said. "I'm not stealing her. She's trying to fix me, but I'm broken. Man, Lisa broke me." He told me everything: how Lisa had cheated for years, how he'd ignored it to keep the perfect image, how the divorce papers were his punishment for pretending. "Emily's just kind," he said. "Don't lose her over this." I went home, my head spinning. Emily was in the kitchen, making dinner, the kids laughing in the next room. I watched her, really looked at her, for the first time in months. She wasn't Lisa. She wasn't playing games. She was trying to help a friend, and I'd let jealousy twist it into something ugly. "I'm sorry," I said, my voice barely a whisper. She turned, surprised, then softened. "I'm here," she said. "I've always been here." Tom moved away a month later. His house sold to a young couple, and the neighborhood moved on. Emily and I rebuilt, slowly, talking more, listening better. I learned perfection isn't real. It's a trap that hides flaws until they explode. Tom's story taught me that, and Emily's kindness reminded me what love really looks like. But I still wonder, was I wrong to doubt her, or was I right to question, to protect what we had? What do you think? Who was right? Who was wrong? Share your thoughts. End.